Hello.
Hello, everyone, and
Hello.
welcome back.
Welcome to the studio. We're back in the studio.
Absolutely, very different.
It's been a long time.
So this is probably episode 73.
Yes.
Even though I think we call it 72, I'm always one behind.
Yep.
73. So welcome back to Hearns Workshop in Melbourne after, I don't know, probably 3 or 4 months.
It's been a long time.
Indeed.
So we've had customers coming back in the store over the last couple of weeks.
Yes.
And we've continued on with our evening type scheduling, but we brought it back because it was quite a handful, wasn't it? Getting back into the swing of having people visit, which is great. So now we're back in the shop and we can show you off a lot more, I guess, big things and exciting things.
I think so. And I guess it's probably easier for us to show product. We've got better lighting, better cameras.
Yes.
So I think it's a different experience. And we actually thought that maybe we can bring back the Hearns from Home occasionally, once a month per episode.
Yeah, why not?
And have it as a different show. And then carry on with the afternoon show in the store and still bring the products that we have here, better quality. And I guess you can always rewatch it. If you're not available live, you can always go back and rewatch it afterwards.
Yeah, anytime.
And just throughout the week, if you have questions, pop them on the messages. We can still respond to the question. You can rewatch them after. So
yes,
all possible. So quite a few people. Tony made it. Thank you, Tony, for joining us. Shane, hello, welcome in. So excellent. So no cat today.
No cat. No. Perhaps again in the future when we do our evening shows, if we do some more evening shows. But what should we start with? We've got the car at the front.
We got a car. So this is very special. And I think we have to keep this for the store because of the lighting. And this is mega special. So let's do this. Let's see. This is sufficient.
So car of the week.
Car of the week.
What is it? What is it? What's the brand? What's the model? What's the color?
Yes. Everything as usual. So start guessing on the car. Let's see. There's quite a few people online. So not as many as I know, but there's definitely quite a few, which is great. Good. So thank you for joining us. So lots of things this week. We had the past 4 weeks. We have so many deliveries that we haven't seen ever before.
It's been great. We got multiple deliveries. Some of them turning up on the same day. So we've been piled high. Yep. The shop's piled high. So if you've ever been in, you'll see all the stock, and we've just got some new stuff, which is really exciting.
Absolutely. So today we're going to talk about the new range of Scale75 paints.
That's right.
We are going to talk about something really special. It's called Kromlech, and it's a new range of can we call it war gaming, tabletop gaming, kind of accessories, figures, and things like that.
Yep.
We're going to have some Artisania.
Yep.
A new Precision train.
Yep.
Some Wilesco actually just arrived. What else?
And some RC stuff.
And some RC stuff. Yeah. And as always, the special Brett's box.
Brett's always got his box. He's made a special one. It's a bit different today.
He's going to pop in at some point and introduce his box. He's going to have to explain everything is inside the box.
It's going to be interesting.
It's going to be very interesting. Good luck to him.
Yes.
Cool. All right. So
do we have any questions or any guesses?
Shane was asking about the competition that ended a few weeks back.
Oh, yes. Apologies about that. I've forgotten all about it. But I'll organise the prizes. So there's prizes for first, second, and third. And I've gotten some messages from the guys. So I'll respond back. All I need is I need your email address, and I'll organise the prizes for you.
So we announced the winner a couple of weeks back.
We did.
And again, with this offline, online working, it's been a bit interrupted. But and I guess the reopening, since we had to reopen it, we had to reorganize the store again, because that's probably, you can imagine, for 3.5 months, we were packing hundreds of boxes every week. So the layout had to change, and we had to change it back, along with restocking and all the stuff for Christmas arrived. So
yes. So apologies for that, but we'll get that all sorted for you as soon as we can.
Absolutely. So I think we should start with Scale75 paints.
All right. So we've got Scale75 here. You see the brand new rack. So brand new rack is the fantasy and games selection. Fantasy and game selections are basically, the colors are a bit different because the colors are more vibrant.
Yep.
And the paint is a little bit different too, because the paint is a heavier pigment. Yep. So that it can go over the black basing easier, because most people will paint it black to start with, and that gives a shadow, and then you build up to your highlights. And it's also got some really bright colors, which tend to be the focus of a lot of fantasy painters, just because it's so much more vibrant. You've got this big table, and you've got these figures moving around, so nice and bright. Looks really good.
And I guess the subjects normally are less realistic, so you're talking more about fantasy, so that's where you want these special colors.
Yes. The other thing too is they're a semi-gloss finish. So when you're gaming, quite often you'll be handling your figures, and if you had them totally matte, the mat would actually be coarse and it'll get dirty and it'll rub off on your fingers. Being semi-gloss, it's not totally gloss, which makes it look unrealistic, but it's got that semi-gloss finish, so it still looks good. And then you've got our range of metallics. So we had the metallics in before. That's a metal and alchemy range. And if you talk about acrylic metallics, they're the best you can get. They're so smooth. You've used a heap of them.
I have used those. And they're definitely special. I guess very fine.
Yes.
Very, very shiny, actually. Yeah. Very good finish. Really easy to brush on.
Yes.
I guess we tried recently with a flow improver, and that makes it a lot easier to actually hand brush them.
Yeah.
But definitely a really good finish.
Yeah.
And the colors, I guess we should bring them across, really.
Yeah, the colors are quite interesting because traditionally metallics have all been, your standard sort of metallic finish. They'll be all silvers, all the way from a really light colored platinum silver down to metallic blacks, right? Yeah. But here you've got multitudes of actual different tones. So we'll get those zoomed in a bit and then focused. Let's see. Here we go.
There we go.
All right, so you can see all the ranges of all these different colors. And then non-traditional. So, and again, that works really well with fantasy painters. So you got your varieties of silvers. So you got your super white silvers, and then they progressively get darker all the way down to the gunmetal. And then there's all those different tones here too.
Quite a few different gold, kind of brass, kind of armament type colors.
Yes.
And so many shades, probably 6 or 7.
Yep.
And they're all very particular. They're not as simple to achieve as of adding a little bit of white or different colors.
That's
it's actually quite different tones.
Yes. So you'll notice that these particular metallics, you can try to mix as much as you like with your basic silver and gold, but these metallic micas in them actually colored to that.
Correct.
Okay, so that's actually got green metallic flecks in it.
Yeah.
Now, if you try to mix that with a silver, you'll get silver that will overpower it, or you have the gold flecks coming through.
Yeah.
So that's another advantage of these particular metallics.
It's quite interesting. I've been mixing some of those with Vallejo paints, for example, just to get very fine metallics or just slight different tones. And it's actually quite interesting. They do work.
Yep.
Because I didn't have a light blue, that I really like a light blue, I mixed one of these white with a light blue, and it was actually quite a nice effect. Yeah. It was predominantly a flat kind of color, wasn't quite metallic, had just a small kind of metallic tone, but definitely possible.
Yes.
However, again, they're very specifically designed colors. So there's about how many, 20 or so in the range?
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot. So you got all the in-between colors. So this is only a small selection. So we had these for quite a while now, and they're probably be quite popular. We've used them ourselves. And if you want to see how they work, then we do have a tutorial as well on YouTube.
Absolutely.
Where I've painted a few things. You can see how they come up. But that's really nice. Okay, so that in conjunction with the fantasy and game set, and just so you have a closer look at the sort of tones you get.
Bright ones here.
So this gives you an indication of what gaming type colors are like. And you see how intense the colors are. I mean, the yellow has a semi-fluorescent look to it.
Green, got a green already.
Without being fluorescent. Because what you'll find is if you ever painted fluoros before, fluoros are actually semi-transparent. Let's see if we can get that focused a bit better. Going the wrong way.
Wrong direction. Here we go. That's it.
All right. Let's see if I can get that right. Okay, you can see quite easily your different tones there. So mega intense pigments. You've got some crazy colors like that's goblin flesh, because obviously in fantasy you're going to be painting goblins.
Decay black.
Yep, of course. Black decays. Yep. And then there's all these funny, I guess, monster type colors, and your choices of these for all the armored type suits, and then you've got this for all the sort of skin tones and things.
Absolutely.
So really good. Really excited to have these. And in conjunction with this, we've got our new brand of Kromlech.
Absolutely. So let's put this away.
Yep. So Kromlech is it's a new direction for us. Ever since we've started stocking more of the gaming type products, particularly with Green Stuff World, and then all the associated things that come along with Green Stuff, then it makes sense for us to have Kromlech, because Kromlech has what do you call them? Scenery pieces.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you're gaming, you want it to make it a little bit more realistic, rather than having just your figures out there. You've actually got some terrain. You've got some buildings. So they make a range of laser cut buildings.
And again, it's a diorama kind of kind
That's
of
right.
experience, a bit
That's
more
right.
kind of alive. Normally diorama is very static, but in
Yes.
this case is a semi-functional diorama kind of
Yep, that's right.
opportunity. So
yeah, of course, you don't have to game with them because
Yeah.
quite a lot of people that like tabletop game figures don't actually game at all. They just like the painting, and then with these other accessories, you can make up your dioramas and they look really good.
absolutely.
So how about we look at a few examples?
So Kromlech have two ranges.
Yes.
One is buildings,
Yes.
and the one is figures and accessories.
Yep.
So let's start with the Kromlech. What do they call this? Tabletop scenics.
Yes.
Okay. So these are the buildings. Okay. So we only have a selection. There's a huge range. There's probably a couple of hundred different ones, and they're divided in different kind of categories.
Yes.
So that's what's this? The Gothics.
Yep.
What's this one?
That's Frostgrave.
Frostgrave, and
And then we got
Necropolis.
Necropolis.
And that's I think a different kind of cities, like all
Yeah.
kind of meshed up cities,
Yeah,
or
that's
whatever you
right.
want to call them.
Yeah, so they've all got their different characters
Yeah.
to them. So you can even have, one particular city set up, and then
Yeah.
you have an opposing army
That's
coming
right.
to take over. There's also the orc type ones
That's right.
too that we
Yes.
don't have here, which are all sort of really junkyard
Junkyard
sort of
that's
style.
right. Yeah. And I guess each range will have, I don't know, probably 10 to 20 different type of buildings.
Yes.
So you can create a real city. So
Yeah.
as you can see, they've got quite a few accessories actually. So in this case, you've got
The Frostgrave.
the Frostgrave. That's your
The bell tower.
bell tower.
Yep.
And it does come with a resin belt.
Yes.
actually. So really, really nice.
So the most of it is made of a very thin craft wood, and it's all been laser cut. So you can see how clean the cuts are, and they actually smell really good too because
does,
they smell like a barbecue. They got this smoky sort of smell, and it makes a big difference when your laser cutting is really precise. You might see
right.
here just how clean these cuts are here as well, and these are just press out, and all you need is some wood glue to put it together.
Indeed.
So they're really high density. You see there's multiple sheets, and with the really big ones, you just have a lot more sheets put together. And you'll see this one has also got the green acrylic in there, and the green acrylic is to get this electricity type plasma effect, and that's laser cut as well, and really nice touches. And again, when you're talking about the resin, so they are very good resin casters.
Absolutely.
So the resin is the cleanest I've ever seen out of anything. There's no bubbles, there's no cracks, super clean. So you just need to treat this like any other resin. You just need to wash it quickly. It'll sand just like anything else, and then you just have to glue it together with super glue.
Definitely.
Hmm.
So, and this is for the tabletop scenics, so-called range. And moving from here, then they will have all the little figures and accessories.
Yes, that's right. And they're really quite amazing. So how about, look, I'll bring these figures over. So these are quite interesting. These particular ones are called the Gnaws. Okay, so you get a packet of 3. This is actually Gnaws set 2. There's a few different ones. And these are your sort of your orky looking, I don't know, creatures, I guess.
They're really cool.
And there's 3 totally different ones in each set.
It's a little family.
It is a little family. I can imagine these with a chain around their necks being walked by an orc.
Yes.
And so as you can see, as I was explaining earlier, how clean they are, you see these are the pour marks here. So that's where the sprue would have been when they poured the resin. It's 2-part mold. You can just see a very small seam line down the center there. But around the outside,
Spot on.
you can't really see anything. Okay, so there's hardly any cleaning up required. If anything, this only just needs a light scrape with a knife. There's little dags there. You can just sand those off with a sanding stick. Prime it up. So you can prime it up in black, or you can prime it in grey and then paint it black.
Right.
And then off you go. And they're just amazing. And they come with standard sort of round
Base.
Yeah. So you can either use them or you can put them on any base you want. Okay, so you just sit on there like so.
Here we go.
They're nice.
Let's see if you can get.
Might just do the zoom. And then let's get that focused. No, I think I've extended the zoom. Right, let's pull it back there. How's that? That's a bit better. All right, so hopefully you can see. Let's just get it out there. Okay. You just see this guy's beautiful face. He's got his big fangs hanging out from the bottom of his jaw. Got a two-legged thing there. He's got a horn as well. This guy's a bit different.
Sharp teeth. Squash nose in this case.
But it's amazing how the teeth of the ball come out of the mold so cleanly.
Yes.
Okay, because
definitely.
they're actually protruding. So most other molds, you find that these teeth that poke out like that, they'll probably have them separate. But these are all in one piece. Really nice.
Even the nails on down here are kind of really sharp and very, very well defined.
Yeah, they're very well done.
So
that's just
one.
Yeah,
And
one of the selections.
It's several hundreds.
Yes.
It's probably going to the 1,000 different options.
Yes,
but
that's right.
Definitely hundreds. So we have a very large selection of figures. So let me bring this box up here so we can run through a few. Just give different ideas of what's in here. So these are.
So what have we got here? So we've got an Orc Juggernaut mecha armor. Okay, so you can imagine an Orc, but he's got a mech suit on him, which seems a bit
The
strange.
Goblin nose.
Yep.
What's this? Let's see, these are all accessories.
All right, so there's multiples in here. So Goblin nurses, and then this is really nice. This is Inquisitor Ingrid von Schwarzheim. You can see the cape there. See how smooth it is?
It's beautiful. Yeah. Look at this guy.
Let's see the detail there. And then
This guy here is an Orc. Look at that.
Oh, yep. So this is part of the World War One type, I think.
Possibly.
So
yes.
this one's called the Commissar. Okay, so he's a little bit Soviet style.
Slowly.
Yep.
And
Let's see how sharp all that detail is. Okay, and they all come with the bases, as you can see.
And this is another Orc, but it's very different style, obviously.
So this is an Orc Freak.
Obviously.
So Orc Freak, he's got this
Mega
funky, I don't know, laser weapon pokey thingy. He's got his big open mouth with his tongue hanging out.
Wow, look at that. It's impressive.
It's good, isn't it? And there's other thing too.
There's accessories. Every figure comes with quite a few accessories, actually.
Yeah, so there's hands and a few things inside there as well.
It's steampunky, isn't it?
It is. It is.
And then here's his steampunky mate. Look at that.
Steampunky mate. Oh, you can see the body there. The head's just on this side. He's wearing a cap as well. So this one's part of the Africa Corps Legion. You know, like the German Africa Corps. So these are the Orc Africa Corps.
Look at
Oh,
this.
that's nice.
This is classic.
So this is called the Hive City Legionary statue. So you can imagine a large statue that's in the city square. And then you have a variety of heads you can choose from. So there's 4 heads. So you can customize this particular figure. And looking very regal, holding his sword, like so.
And part of the same range. That's this one here with a cape again and a skull.
Yeah, so this is a bit like the Grim Reaper, you know, hooded skeleton. So what's that one called? Hive City Grim Reaper. So it's really nice.
We could carry on forever here, but
yeah, there's lots of things. So these are the 4 figures. This guy's pretty gruesome, isn't he?
yeah, he's quite
What do
scary.
they call him? Kutak Plague Reaper. All right, so let's just move him around and see if we can get him. You see his head there. He's got this big, massive battle axe. Battle axe is really nice too. He's got all the scratches and things on it.
Again, the quality and the definition of this, of all this feature is phenomenal.
Yeah, like there's no dust left over.
Not at all.
And there's no flash that can be noticeable.
And then we move to a huge range of accessories. So these are kind of drums.
Yep, interesting. These are
drums.
Orc barrels, Imperial barrels. You can see the different shapes.
We have this is cool. So moving to some kind of bottles.
Oh yeah, like potion bottles. Oh, these are the Orc bottles. You see that as I'm just shaking it, how many you get there. There's 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 10, 12. There's 14 bottles in there. That one's got a skull and crossbones on that, so that can't be good for you.
Now, this range here are some of the accessories where you can actually build your custom
Yes, that's right.
Figure. And these are legs, Orc legs, mechanical Orc legs. So Kromlech has a huge range of parts, so arms, legs,
Yes.
heads, and then you can just do bashing, a kit bashing
Well,
almost.
that's
really.
it. Yeah, you can customize, so you make sure you don't have anything that your mate has.
Correct.
Because you've just designed it yourself with
Design
some extra
yourself,
bits.
so, and these are also, I think, parts of the same range.
So that's an Orc Juggernaut,
Yeah.
mecha armor.
Let's
So
pick
that's a
up-
full figure.
Let's pick the last one. Oh, I can't choose, but last two. So these are all armaments again for the
Yep.
Orcs.
There are bigger figures too. There was that big one with his guts hanging out.
Yes, I don't have it here, but we did a
But
Facebook
it's-
post yesterday.
Oh, did you? Okay, so that one's probably about this sort of size.
yes,
And from there, there's really big ones again.
yeah, and this
look
is
at
that
this.
one. So
Ah.
clean. Look at how clean that one is.
I can see the detail on the armor,
Yeah.
which is just underneath there.
The cape is really clean, and
And the faces are really small, but all the details are super crisp.
so once again, a huge range. There's probably we
Yeah,
have
massive.
two or 300 different ones.
Yep.
And what's this one? That's another.
Dark Prophet statue.
Ooh,
Yeah, it's pretty mean, isn't it? That's pretty chunky.
they're really heavy actually. They're quite heavy and.
Yes. So they're all solid cast.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
And again, still the last one. We've been doing the last one for the last 5. So these are a range of armaments again. So I think you can build like a.
Yeah, so that's a radar. So
This
that's
is radar.
the radar dish that
and
you
this
can
is
put on a
small
vehicle.
turret here on this one here. This is small turret.
Oh, yep.
So
Little
is that
laser
Yeah,
turret.
there's a turret.
Yeah, that's a twin turret there. Okay, you got your guns there on the little turret.
And I guess you can mix those with the buildings that we just showed before.
Yes.
And it's like
Yeah, you can put them on
really-
buildings too.
really
Yep.
special.
Vehicles.
So,
So they do have vehicles too, and they do have this big. Where's that big massive? Where is
yeah,
it?
he's coming.
Gigantor's coming soon.
Here we go.
All right,
This
I
guy.
might have to
You need to zoom
zoom
out
him
for this
out
guy.
here. And you can see the packets here.
So this is
And
33 centimeter tall.
it's focus, isn't it?
Here we go.
So you see that?
All right. So
So
this
there's your standard 28mm figure, and there's this sucker. So he's going to be about the same size as the box.
pretty much, yeah. So
Yeah.
33 centimeter tall, 28 centimeter wide,
Yep.
and 23 centimeter deep. So
Yep.
it's a huge block.
Yeah, it's
And
chunky.
this will be 2 kilos, I would say.
Yep.
Easy.
They've been really clever because most of this section is that MDF type material,
Yep.
so it's laser cut with some resin accessories for sharper parts. And here you can see there's a
Here's a
figure just to compare to the size of this gigantic thing.
So he's
bit-
huge.
Yep, and because they've used the wood too, it's sort of kept the price down. Imagine if that was all resin.
Correct.
This would be hundreds on hundreds of dollars.
Yeah.
But it's really quite affordable.
Definitely. So all
Yep.
these kits are actually reasonably well priced, in my opinion.
Yes.
There's very few things that go into the hundreds. Most
Yes.
of them are 10s, 20s.
Yes.
Boards and
Oh,
shirts,
this stuff.
blazers.
This is really interesting. All this stuff.
Okay. So
So these
Base.
are bases. All right, so let's I can get a bit closer.
here we go. That's pretty good.
Pretty good.
Look at this. Wow.
Yeah, so you can get an idea. So this is part of the a junk city. So big oval base. You can see here how it's got the cross. So you can either make yourself a base. So you can have a spaceship flying over this. So you can just imagine that'll be the base. You have that clear and you have it up here and you'll have your spaceship sort of hovering on top. Or I guess you can sort of fill that in and just put figures around that.
Yeah.
And then what have you got over
We've
there?
got some barrels. Like this is almost like a kind of junk.
Well, it's semi diorama already, isn't it?
Yes.
Because they've already been put together in their clusters. And doing that yourself, that will take you ages to do that scratch
And you'll
building.
never be able to achieve this level of detail.
Yep.
Like, this is obviously 3D designed, and then
Yes.
somehow, I guess, they produce a mold.
Yep.
And the level of detail again, you know.
Yeah, you got all your wood grain,
Wood
it's really
grain, that's
deep
right.
set.
And nails,
Yep.
small. They got rocks, obviously down here.
Yep.
For the base
But it's a really good set in that it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5
pieces.
little modules there.
Definitely.
You can quite easily add that to anything.
And this one here is a similar, but with crates.
Yeah, so there's the bunches of crates stacked on top of each other.
That's a fence actually here. That's almost like
Oh yeah, it's leaning up against the fence there.
a retaining wall fence.
Yeah, and there's a few barrels there all beaten
Smashed
in.
up.
Yep. That's all full of debris. Really nice.
And again, this is just a very, very small selection. And this is like a pedestal, imperial pedestal.
Yeah, it's got all these skulls across it. So that'll be perfect for this Grim Reaper.
Yeah.
So that can be standing there.
Here we go.
That.
Wow.
That'd be perfect. Yeah, that'll look pretty scary, wouldn't it?
That will look very scary. And each side has got like a sort of skull on this side.
You can even have this guy there.
Oh, this guy. Yeah. Make it pretty good actually.
Yep.
So
such a variety of stuff.
Huge.
And how clean is it? That is amazing. All the undercuts in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just amazing. Okay. And so you'll see that as they come out, they've already been cleaned up a bit on the bottom, so they'll sit flat. You don't like having those big plugs that you have to saw off. They're a pain.
That's right.
So they're pretty easy to use straight away. So I can sit by itself.
Even here, there's some texture. I don't know if you
Oh,
can
there
see
is.
on camera.
So the concrete texture.
There's almost concrete texture.
Yeah, like cracked stone.
Probably hard to see. That's quite nice actually. So, and then as the last thing, we have some sets actually. The sets are pretty cool.
Oh, these are cool, aren't they?
So I guess there's a set with there's probably 10 figures and some accessories.
4, 6, 8. Yeah, there's 10 figures there.
10 says here. And the 10 figures, here we go actually. It's probably better. There's a little to do with the flag, and you've got all sorts of different kind of elements and stuff in different poses.
It's like a full unit because you've got your flag bearer there.
Yep.
So you have them all together and you just push them around. Or you can use them as a basis for your diorama.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's one. And then we've got this forest bushes.
Dark forest bushes.
Sorry.
It's like fruits of the forest.
That's pretty cool.
But look at all the leaves.
Yes.
All right, so again,
ones,
yep. Your 5 set there, like so. And then we've got some more dudes.
Similar set as before, but
these are the riflemen. Okay, so each one of those guys have got a rifle on them.
Look at this.
Yeah, they're cool. And then we've got something like this.
With a cannon.
Cannon with crew.
That's it.
Okay, so it's a full set. But this is just a small selection again.
Yes.
There's so many different types.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So huge amount of different figures and things and beautiful selection. So this is going to be fun as we start exploring all the different variations.
Yeah, for sure. Just looking at all the antique work in the cannon.
Absolutely.
It's really nice.
So yeah. All right. So, and that is for Kromlech.
Yes.
So
very exciting. So if you want to check it out, it's all online at the moment, I'm pretty sure.
I think there should be a website that is a little photo on a homepage. You click on that, you can see all the full selection. And as we go along, hopefully over the weekend, we should be able to have everything broken up into different subcategories like orcs and
yes.
I like to study actually. I don't know all the different definition of this type of figures.
A lot of their figures correspond with a lot of the popular gaming genres.
Yes.
So orcs, everyone loves orcs, and many different manufacturers do orc figures.
Yep.
And then there's like the Space Marine style ones. And then there's more of the ancient type.
That's right.
Sort of I don't know, Middle Ages type, I guess.
That's it.
Yeah.
So huge range. So this, along with the Scale75, Fantasy, Metallic, and the Green Stuff World, I guess is a huge package where you can do. Green Stuff World has all the blood effect.
Yep.
The spider web.
Yep.
Kind of
the frost, blood.
Yeah, it's brilliant. So you can do something very spectacular, really. So eventually we should do some product selections and just have a bit of a organized by this type, I guess. It can be the frost.
Yep.
So you like all these icy darker colors.
Yep.
All the way to bloody ones.
Bloody ones. Like the bloody ones.
Absolutely. So cool. So any question, let us know.
Sure.
If you're interested in any product in particular, let us know because we will be doing regular orders so we can just pick different things.
Yeah, for sure.
We tried our best and we're hundreds and hundreds.
Yes.
Spend nights looking at pictures and guessing.
Yep.
And this is the result.
All right, how we go here? Did we get any takers?
No bites yet.
No. Come
no
on,
bites.
can't be that hard.
No bites.
It's a pretty famous shape. It's probably good that it's hard to see there,
Yes,
because otherwise it'll be too easy.
I think so.
But it's a very modern car.
With a very special color.
Yes.
So there's a few people online, a few more than I thought. So let's see if we get any takers on this.
Yeah.
And by the end of the show, I think this will deserve a very good.
Yeah,
close-up.
we'll have a super close up.
So I'll park it here again.
Yep.
And then we're going to talk briefly about this new Alsatian train. What do you think?
Look at that.
So
Well,
this train was stuck in Sydney for months, apparently.
Yes.
During lockdown, so it couldn't
Yes.
be delivered.
Yes.
That's Brett's box, is it?
No.
No, it's not Brett's box.
Well, that's Brett's personal box.
Our personal box.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
hopefully Brett will jump in sooner or later. Was going to tell us all about his box.
All right, so this is a very Melbourne train,
Yes.
and people of my sort of age would probably just remember it, because I remember this when I was a little
Right.
kid. This is a Red Rattler. So these are the Tate trains. So we've got the locomotive and all the passenger carriages, and this is basically remembered as a Red Rattler because I used to rattle along because they're all wooden.
Yes.
And I guess my fondest memories is my mother used to bring us out into the city,
Yes.
probably once a month type of thing. And we used to end up at Flinders Street, and then we'll walk down and we'll go to Myers and all those sort of places. But as we're on these, it's always during summer when it's really hot, because these things got
Right.
really
hot.
hot. And they had doors which were manual. Okay.
Yeah.
So on a hot day, people would leave the doors open.
Yep.
Right. And I used to be scared, absolutely petrified of the
All
doors.
shaking and moving and
Well,
noisy.
because the doors were open, I always thought I was going to get sucked out. So
Yeah.
that's my memories of the Red Rattler. I'm sure other people have different memories of Red
Mhm.
Rattler, but those are the days when I used to hang out at Box Hill. So I used to come through Box Hill. We used to get on, and I mean that's a pretty fair ride from Box Hill in those days all the way to the city. And this thing that just used to rattle like crazy, but they were really old. So apparently these were passenger trains that were used when they were still using steam engines, and then they got converted to electric, and then eventually were phased out in the 80s.
Yes.
So, and that's when they started using the all metal trains, like
So-
those Hitachi type things.
We're not going to do a unboxing of these because it's very delicate and
Yes.
special. But we have done an unboxing during the week, and
Yes.
they will go live on YouTube within a week or so. So Marling has been actually talking us through, and I think he did a bit of a test drive as well.
Yes,
So
that's right.
that
So
would be-
look out for that. So this is actually one of the sets. It's a bigger set as well. So what was it with six
I think
six
so.
or an 8? Yeah. So that's the 4 piece, and then there's a bigger one too.
I
Now,
think
Aussian do some really nice stuff, and particularly very Australian centric.
so. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So these are 4-car set, and we said a 6 or 8 set as well. So
Yeah.
big sets.
Yeah, very
So
nice.
That's
So I
the
guess it's
train.
a bit like, the J class was
Yeah,
a big release.
that's
and
right.
Now we've got these.
As we're talking about some of the stuff, train stuff, I thought, how about we bring back Plugger? And
Plugger, yes.
view of our Hearns Workshop developments, actually. So that's Plugger. So Plugger has been evolving. Got the original one there, actually.
Yeah, he's
Sure.
over there.
So Plugger has been evolving considerably in the last few months. So we've done some more refinements, and we've done it to trying to actually get even a better quality and a nicer fit. So we have a version which is a model kit to build. It's in about 7, 8 parts, 10 parts.
Yes.
And it's really a nice little project. Could be a nice gift as well for someone perhaps overseas, or just even someone just wanted to do a model, which is not too difficult.
Yes.
And involves a bit of painting. You can paint it as you wish. I guess it can be the traditional green and yellow, or more like what BJ's building.
I'm
You've
doing the
probably seen it on
restaurant.
Facebook.
Yep.
The
I'm doing the
car,
restaurant car at the moment.
which is the maroon, brown.
Yes.
Maroon, yeah.
Yeah.
And so this is Plugger. Let's actually look. So that's the raw version of Plugger, and that's
So
the
you can
finished
see,
version.
you can see how the Kato engines just dropped out. So that's the little unit you can use if you want to drive it on tracks. Or there's also a version which has got a little plinth with the
Yep.
track on it. But the great thing about that body is if you build it as a model kit, you can still just get the little unit and put it on a track if you do so want to in the future.
So this one is the one for the motorized version. This is the one for the model kit version. So it's
Yep.
got a chassis,
Yep.
got your bogies here. Now we changed a couple of things here. The bogies are all one piece.
Yep.
But the body is roofless. So
Yes.
it's in 2 parts.
Yep.
Because the quality of the production it was much nicer in 2 parts.
Yep.
So this
It's been evolving. It's always good, this particular system, because it allows us to produce items and then fine-tune them as we go.
Absolutely. And I don't have all the parts here, but we have eventually developed a range of HO scale products.
Yep.
My Lincoln work has been working on quite a few things. So that's a Victorian type buffer stop.
Yep.
In HO scale.
Yep.
And that's traditional Victorian. So work found some original drawings of this buffer stop and some photos, and we reproduced this one. Along with this, we have the water crane.
The water crane? Where did you go?
Let me see if I have a water crane. Actually.
Oh, okay.
I think I have it here.
Apart from that, we've got these other bits here too.
I lost the water crane in time. Go. Look at the wheelie beans.
Yep.
Probably see them. We show some of those while we're there.
We've got a 16 scale bucket. We've got a 35th scale bucket. There's an example of the muzzle brake, which is for the 16 scale German tanks. The 7.5 centimeter gun. So that's what the bucket looks like as you get it. That's after painting. So I've textured that one and I've painted it up. Same with this.
So yeah. So you got there's 35th scale, right?
Yep.
And this is a 35th scale rubbish bin.
Yep.
We'll go with it.
Quite nice. And then we've got our little, that's a fire extinguisher that goes on the tank as well. And here is the 35th scale bucket, where I've just bent the copper for the handle. Right there. I think that's about it.
That's it. So back to the train. So got your buffer stop here, Victorian buffer stop, and then we have the Victorian water crane.
Yep.
So again, this is a very popular thing that you see around country towns.
Yes.
And it's designed in 3 pieces, so it swings, as you can see, like it was the original. And again, it's to be assembled and painted, and that's HL scale. We have a couple of traditional bins that are quite nice in a station type environment.
Yep.
And then if you have a bit more of a city type environment, I guess residential, got little rubbish bin in 2 sizes.
Everyone knows the wheelie bins.
Wheelie bins, yeah.
Yep.
I think 60 litre and 120 or something like that. So there's a couple of different bins. And we have letterboxes.
Yep. And the phone boxes.
Phone box.
Yeah, the Telstra phone boxes have been very, very popular.
Very popular. So
yep. They've got a very unique shape about them.
Absolutely. So good range of little accessories for Australian model trains.
Yeah. So I guess with the Hearns Workshop, it's probably just on a year since we first released it. And as you can see, we've really expanded the range, and we're actually learning ourselves what we can do, and it's basically endless.
Absolutely. The idea of doing the jig for the little buckets is quite interesting, because we clearly producing this very fine, less than 1 millimeter wire for your 16 scale bin. Bucket was a challenge, but when you go down to 35th scale, it's virtually impossible.
Yes.
So whilst we could actually have produced it, would have been very, very delicate.
That's right.
So we decided to go down the path of having a little jig.
So there's a little jig, and then there's a little bit of the copper wire, and that's just been bent around the jig to get the shape, and then we just fit it through the little holes. And as you can see there, it looks perfect. Okay, and there's the one here which has been painted up.
Painted up as well.
Yeah.
So 2 different type of buckets.
Yep.
As you see, they've got 2 different style in 16 scale and 35th, but both are available in all different scales. I think even 24 scale from memory.
Yeah. So you can see this one, there's slightly different shape. This one's got the ribs around the center. This one's all flat-sided. This one was textured up a little bit. It's just
Yeah.
got a little bit of a to me putty on it.
Ah.
Yeah.
Have you
So
done- have
I
you
did
done
a
a
tutorial.
Ah,
I did.
good. I'll have to
I
check
did.
it out then.
Yeah.
I was going to ask how
So
you
that's
done
coming soon.
Very good. And what else do we have here? Ah, the other rubbish bin.
Yep.
You've probably seen these on Facebook if you follow us on Instagram and so forth. But this is another 30. This is 35th scale.
Yep.
However, these are also available in 1 to 87 or HO scale.
And then of course there's also all the range of figures as well.
That's right. Quite a few. Let me see. Do I have? Yeah, got quite a few different figures. So
What's she doing? She's just come out of the pool.
she's coming out
She's
the
just
gym.
come out of the gym.
And she's photographing.
Right.
She's in 1 to 24 scale from memory.
Yep.
And these would go really well with a 24 scale car, obviously.
So yeah, so if you're interested in these, just have a look on the website. We've got them all under the Hearns Workshop banner. Yep. And you'll be able to see a whole list of all the different types of subjects that we've been working on. And yeah,
We've got about 110 products or so.
Yep.
And they're all available. Some are actually in stock. So if you pop through the store, you will see them at the front counter there. We've got a selection there. And
hello.
I think it's time.
Is
Look,
it
look.
time?
Possibly.
Okay.
All right. It's not
All right.
ready yet. Going for makeup. Meanwhile, we should have a look at some of these questions. First of all, yes, Scott Rawlings. Hi, Scotty.
Oh, hello.
Thank you for joining us.
G'day, Scott.
So what do we have here? So someone suggesting this is a McLaren Senna.
What do you reckon?
I think it's possible. Meanwhile, I've noticed that we're not doing hands at home anymore. I should change the overlay.
Change our little.
Hello.
Oh, there you go. Hello.
I'm here.
You're here.
Welcome.
I made it.
Come here.
Welcome back.
Right here.
Look at us.
Go in the centre.
Look at us. Look, we're not even social distancing. This is fantastic. I feel so naughty
Are we meant
to
to?
be back in. Oh, I don't know. We can get pretty cuddly,
Well,
can't
have
we?
you got?
Yeah.
I got a box.
This press
course.
box today is special.
This is the exclusive one. I'm not sure what you guys have been talking about. Have we touched on our new range of
We
of
have
fantasy
touched
stuff yet?
Yeah, we
everything
talked
and
about
now-
that stuff. What do you got in there?
Well, let's have a look at this. Is our hands exclusive box. So I can't put my name into fame on this one. Are we
Why
going to go overhead?
You're gonna go over it.
Oh, look at
Oh, let's
this.
zoom it out a bit.
What have we got?
There's so much stuff. We've got to zoom it out so you can see it all. All right, let's just make sure
What have you done?
I'm focusing.
Uh-oh.
Here we go. There you go.
What have we
What do you
here?
got?
So tell us
So-
all about this.
Well, am I ever looking forward to this stuff? This is my new specialty, apparently.
Yep. So what do you got there?
Kromlech. This is our new Kromlech range. It's just come into store.
Yep.
This has been hugely anticipated, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's
Ah,
great.
Absolutely.
People have been knocking down our doors. So I thought nothing else than to give ourselves a bit of a Hearns exclusive box. So we've had young Thomas put together a package
Yep.
of what we figure would be a really good starting point.
Yep.
And not that we really do like specials on brand new products, but this is going to be a good entry level starter kit for somebody looking to get into Kromlech.
Yeah, for sure.
Apparently.
So what do you got there? What's
Got
this
a
one?
couple of figures. So this is an orc, Africa Corp orc.
Yeah,
That's a mouthful.
yeah.
And apparently you glue it together and that stuff, and I don't know, you play chess or something.
No.
Yeah.
And,
And then another figurine is
This is my favorite.
it's a pumpkin,
I bought
A
200
Halloween-
of those.
a Halloween special. Well, Halloween's come and gone, so we might be hanging
so
on to
it's-
this
so
till
it's
I'm
next
waiting for
year.
next Halloween, next
so
year.
it's like a pet. So we
Is
got
it?
the orc. So
Got
we
an
got the orc there, and then we got the pet.
Got parts of an orc. I think there's
Yeah.
an orc in there.
Yeah, there's a whole.
You can make one.
Yeah, a whole orc.
His face is there, isn't it?
I'm not sure. What does he look like?
Looks like an orc.
Anyway, there's an orc. That is a Kromlech. So
Okay, so we got that.
it's not enough just to have these. We thought, well, the next step is super glue. Because
Yeah,
you
gotta
need
have
your
glue.
you need your Zap super glue. You
Yeah.
can't use contact cement. Is that right?
Yeah.
Because it's resin, so
Yep.
you need a super glue.
Yep.
None better than the Zap one. So we've got some of that in there.
Yep.
Then of course, if I've been anywhere near it, it's going to have super glue resin and fingerprints all over it.
Yeah.
So we've got our 9-step sanding blocks.
Yep.
These are really cool. I've really been giving these a thrashing in the RC stuff.
You love them.
Yeah,
really.
they're
I
good.
have
Yeah,
diff casing, gearbox casings, you name it. I've
They
been
don't- they don't clog
buffing
up.
everything.
Yep.
They don't. You just give them a bang or rub them on your pants. It's all good. Whatever you've got, sanding
Yeah.
blocks.
Your primer.
Surface primer, black.
Yep.
Because apparently black goes on first on these. They're pretty.
It
They
does.
do a lot of contrast, don't they? These
That's right.
these fellas.
Yep. So you put it on black. So black is like you got no light on it at all. So it's a shadow.
Mm.
And you start building up all your other colors on top until you get to your highlights.
Your highlights.
Yeah.
I think you got highlights in your hair. So we got the surface primer. Then we get into our colors. Now this is from our brand new range.
Yeah.
Fantasy and games. Well, fantasy range.
Yeah.
Is it?
Well, you got to
That's
have
what
the
we got.
green, right? Because orcs are green.
Are they?
Yeah.
Well, there we go. That's why we got green in there.
Yeah,
Well,
see?
hang on a second. Well, it's
You
green.
knew all about that though.
I
didn't you?
did. Well, that's goblin flesh.
So you got a couple of greens there, so you can get
Two greens.
different tones.
Anybody who knows me know I've got a bit of an affliction with green. So we're on the right
Well,
track
that's
here.
very you. That one.
That is very
It's
me.
semi-fluorescent,
That
isn't
is.
it?
It is. Going to bring out the blue in my eyes.
Yep. So we've got a bit of red because you need a bit of red,
Oh,
Bit of
bit
red.
of contrast.
that's my favorite
Is it?
metallic.
Bit of red.
Yep.
Then we've got a bit of black metal.
Yep.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, it's cool.
What's that for? The pumpkin? Or the
Oh,
orc?
that's
for
for
the
the
metal
orky guy
bits.
for his gun.
He's got a gun.
Yeah.
Oh, is he armed?
Yeah, of course.
I thought he was a
Oh, one
friendly
more
orc.
paint.
He's got to keep his pet under control.
Then we've got a high key yellow or high key. What is it? You know, you're a color expert.
I don't know. I
That's
can't read it from there.
You
Does
need
it say?
your mag visor.
I did say high key as well, but
Yeah.
why? I don't know. Yeah.
Anyway.
I don't know. That's that.
So we've got this whole range of paints here.
Yep.
Now paints are nothing without brushes. Now we've got our finest 9-step kit in here.
Yep.
We've got a 3-0.
Yep.
And that's going to be to do the detail,
Fine bits.
the fine
yeah,
bits,
well,
the
you actually,
face.
you actually do a lot of
to
it
the
with
gun.
the fine stuff.
Yeah.
So a 000 would be my go-to brush if you had no other brushes. If you only had to buy one brush, I'd get a 000.
Really?
Yeah. If you have to do large areas, it would just take you
Is
ages.
that how you got your nickname? 000 BJ. No,
Mate, how many nicknames are we up to now?
I don't know.
Selection.
A lot.
See, this is more my speed here.
Yeah.
Number 4.
Everything one
Because
color.
you can just do like that, no?
So the wider one's good for doing the base colors,
Yep.
and then also for dry brushing across the top
Yep.
for your highlights.
And doing my nails. I reckon that'd be the one I could do my nails with.
Oh yeah, you got to do your matching nails to your toenails.
And the last thing on our new exclusive orc box is our orc scenery post.
Yeah.
Now, orc is nothing without a scenery
Top,
post.
top.
Yep. Top.
So,
That's upside down.
of course it is. It's been a while. I'm used to sitting in front of a laptop.
We just talked about that.
I've
yeah.
even got pants on today.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I haven't had pants on
So
the
it's
last
really good
6 weeks.
because this is part of the laser cut range,
Mhm.
and you see the size of the figure there. You can see
Mhm.
how tall it is. So you have a dude up the top there looking out
What
on
did they do?
patrol. The sentry post.
I think
It's
we
making
need.
sure baddies don't come along.
Yeah, I think we need to get young Marlon to fit these with a DCC decoder.
I
What do
think
you
so too.
Hey?
You can remote control
Okay.
them from home.
Yeah.
That's it.
Put a camera in.
Anyway, so all these goodies now these come up to over $186 or something.
Yep.
And we're letting this go for $150
as a one-off.
as a one-off.
Yep.
Getting people into it, getting
Yep.
our Kromlech range out there, and getting people as pumped as I am to build orcs and pumpkins.
Yep. So that's a really good starter set. You won't need anything else because all the paints are water based. So you just clean up all your brushes in water
And you even get the free box,
or the box.
and that's one of my favorite things.
Which is the best part of
Isn't it?
this.
I
Put
know.
your paints in
Classic.
and collect and just store everything.
I'm still
Yeah.
shaking. All right, can I put this down now?
You can put
I'm
this
really
down.
out of my comfort zone.
Oh yeah.
here
All right.
with
Let's
this
see something that you're
Right, what-
comfortable
oh,
with.
Oh,
What are you comfortable
now.
with?
Sweating bullets. What am I comfortable with?
that's transparent. Can't see that one.
That's right.
Right. Cool.
Look at
Finish.
Oh, what's this?
Oh
This
dear.
box. Well, I couldn't fit in a box of any way, shape, or form. Ask young Tommy. He's had to deal with these for the past couple of days.
He's
So,
seen out over 100 of
Most
those.
people would call it an unboxing. We're going to call it an unbagging.
What is
From a
it?
clear bag.
So let's debag it.
Is that a chocolate mold?
That is
That is a
a-
chocolate mold. You
this
see
is
the
a-
licorice as well.
wow. We could do an Easter egg in there. What do you reckon? Double
Oh,
sided.
we'll try. Yeah.
This is Bittydesign's latest release, the ZL21 Pro Street Drag Racer. Is
Looks
it or
good,
no
doesn't it?
prep?
Looks
So
good.
this is designed to fit on all 10th scale, i.e. slashes, DR10s,
All those
all
short
the
courses.
common short course based drag racers,
Yep.
which has taken off leaps and bounds. So this has been a long time coming. There's been much hype and anticipation about this. We've had more pre-orders for this body than probably
Anything else? in a long
anything
time.
else
Yeah.
in a long time.
Looks
So-
really sleek. The proportions are really good.
for a body that's what we'll call it unlicensed because it's not a direct replica of a known car.
Yeah.
It is a fantastic design. Like Bittydesign's mold and artwork and detail.
Yeah.
The scoop, and it's like undercut.
And always these too, when they've got the shapes within the large sections, the reduce or flex.
Yeah.
Good point. Really good.
Yeah,
These.
and a funnel for the back wing.
Yeah.
So it is really cool.
And you have to consider, because in a short course, that is not a very conventional size, where it's a bit of a, it's not like a 1/10 scale that looks almost like a normal car. It's a bit squarish.
Yeah.
So they made it really well. It looks like it's very proportionate.
Yeah.
Rear car.
So it's going to be really cool. Actually,
Super
BJ's
stiff.
put his hand up to fit one and paint one up over the weekend for us.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Ghost Flames or something. Ghost what?
Ghost
Wait,
found.
wait.
Yeah,
Silver.
I said that. I don't know about the timeline.
You said? Hey, what have you
Hey,
got to
this
do all
weekend.
weekend? No. It's going to be raining. Sit in the apartment, paint up a short course.
In the shower.
In the shower.
So that's just part of the unbagging. Right, let me get in there. This
Yeah,
is a
there's more bits.
Sack Santa's coming soon. Has anybody said anything about that?
No, yeah.
Santa's coming.
Okay. Here we have our beautiful decals.
It's a big sheet, isn't it?
It's a huge sheet. Well, it's a big body, BJ. Let's not be silly. And these are
Oh,
all
they can just
even better. They're all pre-cut because
Oh, really?
apparently people have forgotten how to cut out stickers.
Oh, they are too.
So they're all pre-cut to make it super easy.
Yep.
Get them on super crooked if I'm doing it. And yeah, we've obviously got our window masks and screw kit because the rear wing section and I believe the front splitter is like
Yep.
screwed on.
Yep.
Like so not only does that add detail, it makes the bodies more modular and a little bit more crash resistant, I suppose, or repairable.
Yep.
So a few more screws, some shoe glue, you can fix anything with that.
Yep.
What else have we got in our bag?
That's
Hang on.
cool. I like
Wait,
that.
there's more. Ooh. The exhaust.
Exhaust.
The exhaust.
Where'd they
When's
go?
the last time you got an
Oh.
RC car body
Inside
with
here.
exhaust?
So they just mounted on the side here.
Yep. So you can have twin 4 pipes out the side. You can
Yeah.
have one single. You can have two singles
You
out
can put
each
them all.
side. You can put all. Like,
Well, how about one poo pipe on one side and the quad on the other side?
well, why not? I don't know. If it was me, I would stick them all on. I'd wear it for a hat. No?
You would.
The more exhaust, the better.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, chunky, aren't they? Well, that's a
So
big
that
one.
is a really cool detail again, and I think that's I'm calling it. That's a first. That's a
That is
first.
the best.
That's a revelation in RC bodies.
It's really
custom
clever, though,
made
because
exhaust.
you see the cutout section, right? So that means you just cut out the hole in the side, and that'll just mount on the inside.
Yeah.
And just poke through.
A bit of double-sided tape or
Yep,
your shoe
shoe
glue or
glue.
whatever.
Yep.
Yep.
Cool.
You could detail it up. You could put your fur in there. What do you call it? I don't know. You can put your
What fur?
soot.
What fur are you
Your
talking
soot.
about?
You know, you could like detail it and make it all fancy, I suppose.
I've never seen any furry soot.
We could
before.
let's get Marlon onto it and put the smoke control unit in there.
I think so too.
Hey? You think the drag guys would
I
like that?
reckon I could make a smoking unit now after I made my hot wire cutter.
Oh,
A bit of that.
oh, stop
So
it.
you put
Stop
more,
it.
more.
Because we've got that big massive bottle of smoking liquid.
Have we?
Yeah.
Let's go. All right. So that is the no prep drag body, which we're super excited about. In addition to that, this is an optional extra, and not everybody's taken it up, but 95% of the bodies have. Bittydesign have offered optional wing sets. So there is a
massive, isn't it?
13.5 stock wing set, which I'm assuming is a sanctioned wing size for
Yep.
13.5 motors. And then there is on this side the outlaw wing
Oh,
set.
you got to have the outlaw one, right?
Outlaw is the only
look
way.
at the size
Well,
difference.
not if it's cheating.
Look, it's massive. I'll put the outlaw one on.
I was
Yeah.
like,
'Cause I'm an
yeah.
outlaw.
Cowboy,
these-
don't know about outlaw.
These side panels are
They're
massive, aren't they?
Yeah,
It's huge.
they are really cool. So they go on either side of the body, and that
Yep.
will really add another level of detail,
And stability
stability, crash repair.
and cool.
What do you reckon of the velodrome? Do you reckon it'll just keep it going straight and I'll just launch off the end?
We'll find
We
out.
will find out.
Send it,
I think so you're going to put your car for that.
lick the stamp, and send it, mate.
Well, that's the idea.
So what else we get with the wing? The additional wing
Screw kit.
is a screw kit because
Yep.
again, it's all fixed by screws.
Yep.
And a beautiful little header card.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's it. That is what's new and exciting in the RC world today.
Well, this is exciting.
It's hugely exciting. Like I said, more of these got pre-ordered and went out. These caused more of a hullabalooza,
Hullabalooza.
than anything else we've had of recent times.
Right.
All right, Tony's already taking one, so Tony will put it one aside for you.
Yep.
Done.
Wow.
Brilliant.
It's a paint off. I would like to see Tony's one would look fantastic, I bet.
I think so too.
You should have a contest with Tony and BJ. Who's
I'm
going to
going
do
to
a
paint
better
mine
looking
all
one?
white.
Why? You're not going to be able to see that at the velodrome,
That's a
mate.
classic white paint job.
Well, that's
It's nothing worse than
that's in the description.
the old days. You turn up to a racetrack and you take all your bodies and you don't know which one to use, right? So you paint them all white because you've got no time to do the paint job. And then someone else puts a white one on too. You have no idea where you
2 white ones.
2 white ones.
Yeah,
Which car do you look at?
Driving someone else's car.
You think you're going really fast and you're actually looking at the wrong car?
Classic BJ. Classic BJ.
Cool. Is that more?
Yeah, well,
Oh,
we're going
what
to
do you
talk
got
about this is Brett's box.
Oh.
So what I wanted to
Classic.
talk to you about, this is what's in my box, you see. This is what I got excited about with the drag stuff.
Ah,
We're
okay.
coming into summer and, well, we're coming
That's
into
close,
the
right?
warmer months and getting into summer as well. So today I wanted to talk about some of the cool stuff that's back in. TDK is back in and that is flying out the door. People are super excited for that over at Kilo. And they're like pretty much bathing in it over there.
That's
Crazy.
That's because
The
it's sticky.
off-roaders are absolutely loving it.
We went out there 2 weeks ago.
We went out
and
to
it was
Kilo.
phenomenal.
Yeah,
And
good
we
fun.
tore the place apart.
Yep.
Yeah.
BJ stole the show.
I was like really nervous to start with.
Yeah.
And then I got into world champion mode.
Yep.
And I did a couple of world championship laps, and I ended up underneath the piping.
The five
And then
once
you
or
ran
twice.
out there and you picked
That's right.
up the car out of the piping, and then you ran back, and next lap I did the same thing.
Yeah, that's okay. And,
Yeah.
then
And they got used to the pipe.
the poor little servo cried no more.
It did. I killed the servo.
So the servos had to fix it. That's on the VRX bullet. But apart from that, that car was a star.
It went
Really
really well.
VRX Bullet. There'll be a super cool video coming out on the
Oh,
VRX
how
Bullet.
cool is that going to
Oh,
be?
yeah.
Hey?
Special.
Nick has been working on that video for about 3 weeks now. Oh
Day
my
and night.
lord, day and night. I think he's slept. Now we're going to go to the racetrack. We're going to need a transponder. These are back in stock. These were out of stock for quite a while. Now these are just in time to get us back on the track.
How good are they now? They're so small.
They're very small. They come with a little bracket. You can assign them to like your name, so it's registered to you. And if the club doesn't have the right timing software, whatever, you can have a look at it on MyLaps if it's getting registered. So
Yep.
through the MyLaps app, you can see wherever you are through their app or through their process, and you can see your lap timing there.
Yep.
So that's a really good thing to have back in stock, and they've gone shooting out the door. And then in our last Yokomo shipment, we had a whole bunch of the fans restocked, which again is coming into warmer months in summer.
Yep.
Is definitely on electric stuff. You've definitely got to have your fans sorted. That can be the difference between potentially winning a race and not finishing.
Or damaging a motor,
Or
actually.
damaging a motor.
Yeah.
So in realistic terms, if it's nice and hot and you're running your motor on the edge and then you've copped a stone in your fan and you haven't realized and your fan's not been working for the entire race, your car, there's a good chance that your car may not make it to the end of the race. That's the difference between overheating the motor giving up, which is pretty much just the motor gets to the point where it starts to delaminate and takes the insulation off the stator wire.
Yeah.
And then it causes a short and then usually stops in a bit of a puff of smoke and a horrid smell.
Yep, because bits have come loose.
Bits have come loose. So fans. So you got to have a reliable and a fast fan, and none of them faster or more reliable than the Racing Performer. Now this is my favorite little one.
Trumpet.
This is the
trumpet.
Hyper. This is a 30mm one, and it's got the trumpet on there. And the
Yep.
thing I like about this is that it's got the trumpet on there because you're always inclined to put your finger in there or something when you're trying to put the body on or put the battery on or whatnot. So a little bit less inclined to get your finger in there. And it's also a lot stiffer across the body. So wherever it's mounted to, usually they're mounted on 2 screws or whatever. And it's usually that flex in the case or when they get hot that can actually cause the casing to hit the blades and break the blades. So it doesn't have to have something going into it. A small chicken or a seagull or something it can just be the flex in the blades.
That's a pretty small chicken.
Wow.
Seagulls, maybe.
Well,
Big
I don't
fan.
know. Big fan. And this is your standard 30mm one. So you
Yep.
can see here the difference between the trumpet one and the standard one.
The casing is still pretty chunky on that one too.
Yeah, it is pretty chunky, super fast, and yeah. So when space is limited, yeah, this is the go-to. Or you have your own ducting.
Yep.
When you don't have anything, I love this little trumpet fan here, and you'll find that pretty much on all of my cars for that very reason.
Yeah,
that is a fantastic unit. On 8 scale where size allows, big 40mm banger.
Even touring car often we put a 40mm.
Yep. Yeah, I've usually got one stuck, just shoot it onto the chassis with a bit of a carbon fiber or Lexan duct, blowing straight onto it. But like I said, it's a big exposure area here, so a lot can go wrong. So that's what's in Brett's box, and I was super happy about that. That was really cool. So we got through the drag body, we got through Brett's box, and we talked about orcs.
Yeah,
I've really grown today.
Yeah,
I've really grown.
It's been educational. I learned something from you.
It's been fantastic to be back in store, and I hope everybody's enjoyed the show as much as I've enjoyed being on it today.
Brilliant.
What do you reckon?
For sure.
And we're ready for racing again.
Ready for
lots of racing happening, everyone. So
yeah, we've got the Eagle Point Invitational. They've called it next weekend. Hearns is one of the sponsors for it. I'll be going up and attending. So myself and the family, my son will be running there too.
You didn't get an invite?
You didn't get an invite? No, it was invite only, mate.
Sorry.
No.
I was going to have a car.
You had to be on the list. You had to be on the list. So we'll be running EP8s up there, which is good. It's about 4 hours out of Melbourne, but really looking forward to getting up there, getting away. It's been a first for a lot of us that can actually travel around and do something. So it's going to be the whole experience, you know. I'll be packing my pit bag for about 3 days. I would have forgotten how to go racing.
I'm sure you'll be packing your pit bag for the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, probably. So that's really cool. Then we've got the Geelong Cup coming up. Everything. We've got
Canberra, off-road state titles.
Yeah, again, we're naming right sponsors on that, which is really good to be part of.
Yep.
So that's going to be fantastic up there. Hoping to be in attendance up there. We'll see how everything goes.
Yeah.
That's the same weekend of Geelong Cup. Then there's probably going to be a Christmas break up somewhere. So there's racing everywhere.
Everywhere, finally.
Yeah, and 8 scale is taking off around the country.
Yes.
Still stalled a bit here in Victoria, but I can only put that down to the situation of lockdowns and everything. So really looking forward to getting the big bangers out on track.
You did.
So look out for them. Got a huge shipment of big tires coming. That's exciting. Super excited for those.
Sweet. And GRP.
Yeah.
GRP
I'm going to bathe in them. I'm going to get that like the photo in a bathtub which is full of tires.
The GRP, there'll be so many that bathtub will be too small.
Will it? I'll get a bigger bathtub.
Several hundreds.
I'll be like Scrooge McDuck then. You know, swimming in the money. I'll be swimming in GRPs.
Good on you.
Fantastic, guys.
All right, then.
Good stuff.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you,
Have
Ray.
a good week.
Catch you in a bit.
Thanks, guys.
Brilliant. It's actually quite nice to be back in here.
It is. I mean, as much fun as it is when we have a lot of people together on the streaming, it just works a lot better when you're in real time and you can actually hear what's going on.
Exactly. So lots of racing happening, which is great.
Yes.
There's also the 1/8, 1/10 Victorian State Title off-road happening in January. It was meant to happen in November or so. It's been postponed, so now it's in January.
Yep.
And so we've got tires for that. Sweep will be the control tires, so we have all the supplies ready for that.
Yep.
So,
well, there was also Velodrome that was due for this month, and
Velodrome.
Yep. So that's been postponed as well because
January.
It was so tight.
Yes.
So it's better to postpone. Yeah. And so we're looking at January sometime.
So for that, could be more time to get ready. Got all the GRP tires coming back in stock. So the first delivery last year went really well.
Yep.
This one is gigantic. So lots of happening. So cool. So going through some comments. So Brian, thank you, Brian. Brian's been following us on YouTube. So thank you for watching us and for the comments.
Yep.
What else do we have? I think someone guessed the car as being a McLaren Senna.
Yeah, that is correct. Yep.
Going back here, Tony suggested that people used to hang out the doors of the Rattler.
Yeah, they could have. I'm sure they would have because they were just open. Open, close them. You rely on people to close them when they got onto the train.
And Andy suggesting that this is your CRX.
Oh, my CRX is it wasn't this flash, although I felt like I was driving a McLaren. It would have been in my mind that I was driving a McLaren, but everyone outside would have seen me in my little tiny Honda CRX.
Classic. So, I think I almost at the hand here.
Yep.
Shall we
let's have a good look.
There we go.
Look at that.
Look at this.
All right. So I
So
think.
this is a McLaren Senna
All right. Look at this as
of
we
a
do
very
the,
special color.
as we
So
do
this
the
is,
as we do the rotation.
you can see the color is shifting. So this is a 1/18 scale model from BBR. Very, very limited edition in this special color. We presented the gold version a few weeks back, and it's exactly the same model, but it looks totally different in this color.
It does. I mean, it's amazing how colors can make a car look so different. You know,
Yeah.
a dark color on certain shapes, and I think this particular shape works well with dark color
I agree.
because it is such a complex design.
Yeah.
And sometimes the dark color just subdues it a bit, I think.
I agree. And it's got this kind of purple, blue, gold, and
Yes.
the yellow brake calipers looks
Yeah,
quite-
that's a really
quite-
nice contrast, isn't it?
quite nice.
Just go bing.
And then the transparent kind of door again
Yep.
adds to the kind of futuristic type of view of this car.
That's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Because then you can see the tortoise that you're racing against.
Yeah.
You'll be on the road, moving really slowly.
Exactly. And then all the carbon inserts, we saw them on the other car a few weeks back from the Five Atom. It's much better quality now. You can see such a nice level of detail of the carbon. This is all carbon, very matte finish. Well, it's a kind of a matte finish, but not
Yeah.
quite. Yeah.
And the pattern's really good too, because
Yeah.
just like on the real car, they've got how the weavers meshed in
Yes.
the direct center there.
So this got all this kind of
Why do I see it in that reflection there?
yeah, really, really well made. The side mirrors are carbon cover too.
Yep.
Obviously front wing, well, instead of kind of a spoiler or the what do you call the
Is that the front apron?
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
You can see the radiator just in there.
Yeah.
From that bonnet. And there's a lot of glass on this, so it's clear.
Clear.
here,
Yeah.
And then you got your
Side.
side as well. Okay, so the lower part is the part that goes up and down, and then you've got that clear part on the side here when you're looking on the road.
And there's always spectacular interiors of this car.
It's really interesting to see the color just change.
So from here, I can see gold on this side. If you look at the screen, it's actually blue and purple. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, I'm seeing copper now from my angle.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, BBR. I mean, they never make a bad one, do they?
And I would suggest the quality and the level of finishing is actually improving
Yes.
as the manufacturing, different technology, it's improving as well. So
And these are all limited editions, so they've got a little plaque here. This
Yeah.
particular one is number 008 of 140.
140, very
Yeah.
nice. Here we go.
It's beautiful.
McLaren Senna. Very good. And I think we had a few more things here, but I think we're coming to the end. Don't they?
Oh, okay, yeah,
I'm
sure.
Should we do
Yeah.
it? Should we do the last bit?
How much time we got? Why not?
Yeah, now we're in 10.
Hour and 10? Yeah,
Should we
why
keep-
not?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
All right, might as well have a look. So we just got some Wilesco back in. Wilesco is a German company that makes steam-powered machines. So you've got this one. So you've got the donkey engines, and then got this one. I don't remember ever seeing this one. This one's called the Mighty Atom. So it's a traction engine.
Tractor. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's
Let's
open
just
this up.
slide it out. Oh, we need to do the chop chop.
Oh, chop chop. Right, okay, so get a knife. The camera
Okay,
is
so they've
really
been
well
around for a
packaged.
very long time, this company. And they're really great for learning about steam era, because steam was used in transportation for so long and all kinds of machinery. There we go.
And it's a little bit of assembly eventually, but we'll still bring this
Oh,
up.
you can smell the wood.
Here we go. Look at this. Okay, so chimney here. I will go eventually
Yep, so that'll poke in there.
front. Let's get it tight. That's the roof. Goes up here.
And then the back section just comes off. So your little tray, your little dowels that hold it in place. And that's how you get to your boiler. So you can just see the boiler here with the boiler window, so you can see how much water is in there. And then there'll be a tray on the bottom. So this one here. and that's where you put your fuel tablets to heat up the water to create the steam. So once the steam all comes up to temperature, it'll go through here into the cylinder, and it'll start turning over the flywheel, and that's where it'll start getting it to drive.
You can see as BJ's turning the flywheel, the rear wheels are obviously turning.
Yeah. So really great. I mean, a very old school type of design. You can see the steering working there too, the steering wheel.
Some of this model you can actually put a radio control module.
You can.
I'm not sure specifically on this one, but I'm pretty sure there is a tractor, a green tractor from memory.
Yes.
You can put your remote control module and a small servo, and it can actually kind of drive. It's very, very interesting.
Yes. So very old school. I mean, it's very old school, perfect for us because
Absolutely.
the store's pretty old school, and basically over 70 years, the store's been operating.
Absolutely.
And it fits in perfectly with it.
And Wilesco is made in Germany, obviously.
Yes.
And they have a huge range of steam engine, going from the one really tiny one with a candle,
Yes.
a bit temperamental sometimes,
Yes.
all the way up to really big units. So
Yes.
there is something for everyone, really. If you want something with wheels, otherwise they've got somewhat about this size.
Yep.
Little tiny one with a small boiler that you can get maybe one or two little attraction to move, because
Yes.
they have accessories like I think it's called like
like a little hammering
little hammer thing,
dude, and there's the lady in the
Washing,
laundry.
in the washing.
She's moving back and
and so
forth.
with a belt you can connect them to these little gadgets, and
That's
then
right.
you can create a bit of a scene. Actually,
Yep.
very interesting. And
You get the really big ones too. There's the big power station,
correct,
which has got
huge.
a massive boiler, and then it's also got the pressure gauges and everything there as
more
well.
power, so you can activate more attractions. So
Yes.
great range. It will be live on a website soon, but just something different. We don't get to talk every day.
Yeah,
But
it's beautiful.
very, very special.
All right, I guess that's it, is it?
That's it, I think, for today.
All right.
That
Okay.
was very nice to be back in studio. So thank you
Yes.
for those that join us at 2 p.m. I know that people are probably working at this time. So
Yeah.
thank you for making it. And we shall see you again next Friday. We'll be again at the same time.
Yep, in the studio.
If you're not online early when we started, we're thinking of doing a evening live, maybe once a month or so.
Yep, Hearns After Dark.
Hearns After Dark, and they will be perhaps even from home. We
Yep.
haven't decided yet, but we think that from the studio here is probably nicer and more effective.
Yes.
So we're going to keep it this way for a bit and do some night lives as well. So just mix it up a bit.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, it's been
always,
good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you for watching us. Stay in touch through the week through social media
that's right.
with videos going out every day.
Yes, so today is another episode of the Tamiya Phantom build. So if you
Yes.
followed along with that, we're up to a lot of hours there.
Yes.
And it's almost done. It's
Yes.
we're just doing the final touches. So
two
have a
more
look at that.
episodes, apparently.
Two more.
Two more, isn't it?
Two more.
Yeah.
Am I held to that?
It's been 2 more since episode 12.
Yes. So I don't know. I just keep
Keep going.
finding extra work. So there
Excellent. Cool.
you go. All
Well,
right.
that's been a fantastic build. And
It
also
has.
the 3D GP is coming along quite
It
well.
is too. So that particular video goes out on Sunday, the
Yes.
last one, and that's going to have the latest parts in it. So when we first got the kit, that was one of Andy's initial kits, and he's been working on it steadily throughout all this time. And we've gotten a bag of good bits to add into it. So you'll see all the current parts that you'll get if you got a
Brilliant.
car now.
Excellent. So thank you, Andy, for the car. And thank you, everyone, for joining us. Have a good
Yes.
weekend and catch you
Yeah.
next Friday.
Yes, and also thank you to
Yes.
all the our viewers that have come in the store. So over
That's
the last
right.
couple of weeks, it's been really nice meeting everyone that's been watching us on screen.
Very good point.
and
yeah.
and saying that they're enjoying the videos. So again, if you've got any ideas on what you'd like to see, we're quite happy to make videos. There is one video that I haven't made yet, and that's
keep reminding you every week.
that's the propeller one. I will do that eventually.
We will do that.
But yeah, there's a video every day. So keep your eyes out. If you subscribe to YouTube, you'll be able to see them earlier. And then if you subscribe to the newsletter, you'll be able to see some videos much earlier
Exclusively,
than
much earlier.
than everyone else. So
So every Tuesday we do an exclusive newsletter with special videos just
Yes.
for our subscribers. So join up newsletter so you get some special videos for you.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Great.
All right. Thanks for joining us again.
Have a good day. Bye
All
bye.
right. See you.